more thing. I cannot sleep. I was watching a video where somebody was suggesting the length of time that Jupiter was, quote, in the womb was too long. I was just looking through this. I've got the date set for December 28th, 2016. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to show you something. At this point down here, I believe, could be, and this is where I have another question for the watchmen. I just feel like that's what I should do as a woman, etc. And I'm still learning about all this. Jupiter goes down there, goes into like the retrograde stuff. But what if that marks the beginning of the sign? I'm going to back up and show you what I mean. Okay. If you watch Jupiter, it goes down there and then boom. And at this point, it's like January 29th, 30th, February 1st, something like that, is when you'll notice it start to go back towards the womb. And I wonder if that is the actual beginning of the sign for the conception, so to speak. I'm going to back up again to January, and I'm going to show you again. Alright, there. Enters the womb, conceived, and in that case, that would then say somewhere around January 1st, I'm sorry, February 1st, January, it even could be January 23rd at the earliest. Let me back up to that. Well, I'm sorry I messed up here. Let me back up. Okay, January, I'll start on the 19th. I meant to go slower. Let me back up a little bit more. Alright, there's the 16th. Moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Right about there is when it's stopping to move forward. Right around, right in between like the 2019, 20, it's still moving, moving, moving. Right around the 23rd, though, is when it starts to go into that motion. It still moved a little bit, but definitely when you get into the very beginning of February is when it enters the womb right there. And I played it out to, I'm going to move ahead to the sign. Alright, so there's September. Let me back up. Alright, September 17th. The 23rd is when Jupiter, where it clears this area. I believe when they studied the signs, they probably had, had it written on paper, tracked them out, kind of like how we have the lines here showing the paths. And that's how the wise men probably tracked the sign. I also have a question about that. What Bible verses did the wise men use? I know they didn't really have the Bible, but what verses, what did they use to come up with their How did they find the sign? What prophetic verses did they use to find the sign of Jesus' birth? I did some research and I don't have anything to show for it. And I wanted to see if any watchmen out there had the answer to that. However, I wanted to say the 23rd it seems, is when Jupiter would be cleared and delivered. Now, if you do the math, it might be not enough time. I don't have a lot of thought on this. I just kind of noticed when I was going through some of the sign after watching some of you guys' videos, and what I just wonder what you guys think about this. Okay. The other thing is, if there is not enough time, if there isn't enough time, I also wonder about the silence in heaven for about a half hour. Wonder if that plays into it. I also wonder if the Bible verse about before she came, she was delivered, has anything to do with it. But at the same time, we still have the verses about why is everybody, all of the men, like holding their signs, having, basically the men having labor pains. So I'm throwing a lot out at you guys, but I really would love feedback. Thank you, everybody. You guys have great videos, and I really appreciate all you guys. Zeus Mossbender, JT Barry, Prophecy Watch, Scottie Clark, Jerry Tony, I think Husky, all you guys. You know who you are. You guys make wonderful videos, and I appreciate it. Let's all pray for each other. Take care, guys. Bye.